In today's challenge I played against Stockfish, but there was no center. Instead there was this big hole, so no piece could land on the 4 central squares nor cross them. Of course I knew about this challenge, but how did Stockfish know? Well, what I did is that I played the top move by Stockfish that wasn't violating those rules. So let's see how this game went. So because there was no center to control, I decided to control the flanks instead, so I played a4. And okay, Stockfish replied with knight f6. I mean, this knight now controls only those 2 squares, but it's still okay to develop your pieces, I guess. And I played e3, trying to get my bishop out. And Stockfish develops the other knight as well. And I do the same, as at this point I was thinking about the kingside castles. And okay, we have d6 by Stockfish. And now I played bishop e2 and I am ready to castle kingside. However, this move made me think again. I wasn't too sure if that was very safe for my king, so instead I developed my other knight, postponing the castling. And we had the g6 by Stockfish, and now I was even more reluctant to castle kingside. So I played h3, preventing any pieces from going to g4. And we have a bishop g7. I mean, this bishop is not very useful in this diagonal because of the hole, of course Stockfish doesn't know. Although not quite, as you will see later on. And okay, I play b3, I'm trying to get my dark square bishop out as well. But of course, instead of going into b2, I was planning to go to a3. Although this diagonal is also not very useful, but I guess it's better than just staring at the hole. And okay, this move doesn't prevent my plan, so I went to a3 anyway. And okay, Stockfish defends its knight. And now I played d3. At this point I was thinking about playing maybe queen d2 and then castle queenside, something like that. And Stockfish castles kingside, and I immediately thought to start an attack, so I played g4. And Stockfish takes the pawn. Of course, what Stockfish sees is that this knight here is hanging, as it's being attacked by this bishop. Of course, that wasn't really the case because of the hole, so I just took the knight. And we had f5, I took the pawn, and Stockfish tries to keep the king side closed. That's very sensible. And now I played king d2. I mean, why castle? I wanted to get my queen here as soon as possible, and my king is very safe here. And okay, Stockfish takes back the pawn, and I get my queen to g1 as planned. And Stockfish develops its queen as well, and now my knight here is hanging. Stockfish will be very happy to sacrifice the rook for 2 minor pieces, so I had to defend my knight here. And now Stockfish starts a couple of weird moves. They look weird at first, but then I realized what Stockfish was trying to do. And okay, I brought more firepower in the king side. I still wasn't sure what my plan was, but I thought, okay, let me bring more pieces and I will figure it out. And Stockfish continues, and now of course I saw what's going on. This knight here is apparently being attacked twice. Of course, although this move wasn't possible, this move is possible, because I still cannot take back. The problem is that although the pieces cannot cross the hole, they can still give check. Therefore I was forced to defend my knight, and I was surprised to see that Stockfish took the knight anyway. So I take back. Maybe the plan was that if Stockfish was able to take, then after this my king would be on c3 and Stockfish will still have this move. I had to go here, then this falls, and to be honest, it's not that bad maybe. I don't know, I can defend maybe from this check. I don't know what Stockfish saw, but Stockfish must have seen something. But anyway, this didn't happen, of course. Instead, Stockfish could only push some more pawns, but I wasn't afraid. And now I played g2, defending this pawn, because if I ever wanted to move my knight, I had to sufficiently protect my f-pawn. And Stockfish continues pushing on the queen side. And now I played knight h4. I was happy to give a knight back in order to open the g-file. But Stockfish didn't take, instead Stockfish went back. And I continued to attack the rook. And now Stockfish played bishop b7. Thinking that it counterattacks my rooks. Of course, the hole comes to my rescue, so I just take the rook. This is with check. Stockfish takes back, and I save my knight. And here, unfortunately, Stockfish took the knight, thinking that its queen is protected by the bishop. Of course, that was a free queen for me, and from this point onwards, it was a matter of finishing up this game. So Yeah, I took the knight, I took this pawn, I took this bishop as well. There was no saving this. I also took the other bishop, and now I went for checkmate. Now after rook takes h6, the king is forced to go back because the king can't jump into the hole. So the king goes back, and that was checkmate. So this is how I managed to beat Stockfish in a chess game where there was no center. Of course, Stockfish didn't really know the rules, so it wasn't really fair, but I don't care. I'm planning to do more such videos where certain squares are off the charts, so let me know if you enjoyed this. But that was it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.